Hello, this is Enrico. I'm the director of Conductive Music CIC. We're a small company based in London, but who go around England to deliver workshops based on STEAM, so mixing the technologies and the arts for children from challenging backgrounds. In these challenging times, of course, we're all in the same boat. So I thought we'd share our experience in using remote teaching and for meetings and anything else to help all of you like us, teachers, artists, creatives, musicians, to basically get up to standard and be able to teach from the comfort of your homes. And the safety of your homes in particular. I'm gonna review three platforms: Whereby, Skype, and Zoom. We're not endorsed by any of these, so these are based on our personal opinions and because our business depends on it, on their performance over time. First one is Whereby, which is a website. You just go to it, you create your own room, which is going to be whereby.com/whatever name you want to put, and then you can share this link with your attendees. You can only invite up to 4 people, but you do not have any length limits. This is for the free version. On Skype instead, you need to install an application. There's different variety of apps, web apps, there's the iOS, there's everything in any platform that you got, so that's covered. But you have to create your username and password, and also you need to know the username of the people you need to talk to. So it's a little bit of an extra step, which I feel, especially with young children, could be a little problem if it's the first time they're logging in. The advantage is that, of course, you can put some credit and call physical numbers, which could be a way to, ringing up the parent before the lesson starts. I don't know. Zoom is a relatively new platform to us. We haven't used it yet. It's got some upsides and downsides. Again, I'm going to talk about the free version, not the paid for. So with the free stuff, you can make a meeting with up to 100 people, which I think is going to be great for schools. But you can only run it for 40 minutes. Considering that it's the first time and schools and students might not be used to it, by the time everybody logs in at the right time and so forth, your 40 minutes are gone. So I suggest if you are a music teacher, you've got your 30 minutes lesson, please budget in, at least for the first few times, at least 30% more time for this tech stuff to be fixed. Now, it has the hands up notification, which means that every time somebody new logs in, they're muted and they can speak when you allow them to speak, like in a proper classroom. It's not a dictatorial thing, believe me. It's just that if everybody speaks at the same time, you're not going to be able to hear anything. On the downside, you have to install a web app. I tried the Chrome extension, which didn't work. And to me, when something doesn't work on an up-to-date Chrome running on a Mac, and I'm a little bit concerned, but do try it, especially for large groups. I think this is a very good solution. So my solution was to install an extra app. And again, to log in into my very own meeting, I had to place my meeting logging number or something like that, which is a long string of numbers, and the password. So that might pose a little bit of extra threats. However, the very beautiful things was that it's fully integrated with Google Calendar, and it was very easy for me to schedule it and invite people to it. So the first thing you're going to need for Whereby is your internet browser. I use Chrome, but feel free to use whatever you like. Just type in the address, which is whereby.com. It's going to ask if you want to sign up with Google or with your name and a different email address. I'm going to do this. I've just created a new email address. If you need a new email address, please do go to google.com or gmail.com directly and create an account, and then just put your email here. I've created it. It sent me a code, so I'm just going to check back into my email. It's already here, 406829. I'm going to put it in, 406829. And off you go. You can now choose between Business Pro and free. You can obviously go for the free one, and then here I'm just going to use let's say Enrico Easter, which is coming up. Let's think positive. All right, so now if I have to invite a student, I would just give them the link whereby.com/Enrico Easter. So let's see if it's true. I'm going to open a new tab, and I'm going to go to whereby.com/EnricoEaster. Now, the first time I do this, my webcam is not going to be activated, so you just need to ask for permission. Yes, you click yes, and on the top left of your browser, you can say allow for the camera and the microphone, and you can see that I'm already there. You can skip this setting next time, and you can go straight into the meeting. In case you have a different camera, multiple camera angles, you can select them from here, or if you have an external sound card, which for music lessons I strongly recommend, you can select the audio feed from here. Only thing to keep in mind is that is the feedback, of course. Where is the audio coming in from? Where is it going out from? And at the same time, check the levels, of course. It's always very important. Once you join the meeting, you got your face here on the left hand side and your students or attendees on the right. And of course, with more people joining, you can have maximum of 4. You've got different layout. You can I don't think you can record. It's going to ask you for money. Yes, that's it. But you can chat, so send links and so forth, invite people directly, share the screen, which is very, very useful. So if I want to share the screen, I'm just going to do so share, and then if you've got multiple screens, you can go for these. Let's say that I want to share my email. I'm gonna go to Chrome tab, confirmation, share, and now you can see, actually the attendee will see this. When I have to stop, this is great to share scores, yeah? When you have to stop, you just go to stop and job done. Okay, let's go to Zoom. So just zoom.com, opens the video conferencing, and of course you've got you agree with the cookies, give up your soul as usual. Sign up, and I'm going to use the same account as I did before. Okay, so I just logged in, and if you want to get the subscription, off you go, no problem. So it's going to ask you for a okay, so it's asking to activate the account. All you have to do is click in activate the account, and that should work. So I'm going to use the same things here. Enrico Halifax. I'm going to use a password twice, of course, as always. Okay, you can skip if you don't have to invite anybody at the moment, and you've got your personal meeting URL there. As you can see, is a very complicated link. What I suggest here, open Zoom as you see, it says okay. It doesn't let me do it, so it wanted me to download an extra app. I'm just going to continue and say yes, join with computer audio, and here we go. We can open the camera with the start video. We have to do allow the first time, and we're here. Now we can invite people directly to the meeting from this by email or default email and so forth, or just copy the URL and send a meeting to everybody. Now let's move to Skype. So we're here, skype.com, click on download Skype. Now click on download, select whichever version you are on, whether it's Mac, Windows or Linux, and wait for the download. Once you've completed the download, double click, it'll open the image, and on Mac you'll have to drag and drop your application to the applications folder. You might have to authenticate by inputting your computer password, okay, not the Skype password, not the email, the computer password. Will take a few moments. If you're on Windows instead, double click on the exe file, executable one, and follow the prompt on the screen. Once it's installed, you can launch Skype. Now you can create a password, go to next. Just use your name. If you want to use a pseudonym, go for it, but I would suggest not. You will receive an email, as you can see here. Go and find the name. The address is 3104 for me. Just gonna put it in. Next. This is a captcha, which means it's just for anti-spam things. So I'm gonna try. I usually get beaten by these things. You just copy the text that you see on the screen. And finally, here I strongly suggest doing not an incorrect one, because it's very easy to go back to your credit card details and so forth if somebody hacks into the profile. So just use fake, you don't really need it. Once you're in, you can add an image, you continue, it will access your microphone. La 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 la, my favorite voice here. You can make a test call where you record your voice and it will be played back to you, which is great. Allow the camera as well. It's going to ask you which camera you want to use, and here you go. Find contacts, of course, you can search by emails and so forth. And what you can do here is create a new chat with a group if you want to invite multiple people. And let's say that we have a new chat, okay? It's going to ask you who, so you need to search for the usernames you want. As a final thought, I think for my personal use, Whereby is the best because it's quick, it's an easy link, and everybody can access it. No codes, no passwords, no nothing. You can lock the room. Only 4 people though. So if you're teaching in a class, from experience that other colleagues have passed on to me, I believe that Zoom will be the best. And because it's paid for, ask your school to pay for it, of course. The ideal setup, I believe, needs a microphone, an external microphone, and to be able to plug it in, you're going to need what is called a sound card. So anything available on the market is fine. Hopefully this is just a temporary measure, so just go and grab something cheap from Amazon if you don't have it already. Plug it in, install the drivers, and all you have to do, the only thing you have to do is remember, on any platform you choose, go to settings and select which camera you want to teach, and which camera you want to use for teaching, and which microphone you want to use for the feed. Now, guys, I hope that this was useful, and your opinion might be different, which is absolutely fine. Share your experiences. If you find better platforms, we are also moving online quite a bit, so be useful for us to know as well. So thank you very much indeed, and I hope that was helpful. Have a lovely day, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep making great art.